The country club ballroom sparkled with champagne flutes and fake smiles. Dad's retirement party was exactly what you'd expect from a family of traditional investment bankers, old money congratulating itself while sneering at new technology. 40 years at Morgan Stanley, Uncle Robert announced, raising his glass. Now that's real finance, not like these internet money schemes. I sipped my water, checking the algorithm's progress on my phone. The patterns were aligning exactly as predicted. 3 hours until market close in Asia. Hey cousin, Jake sidled up, his Morgan Stanley VP ping gleaming. Still selling stuff online? Must be tough with all these crypto crashes. Something like that, I smiled, watching the hidden indicators in my app turn green. The financial world's predictive models were all based on outdated assumptions. None of them had spotted the flaw I'd found. You know, Jake continued, Dad could probably get you an interview at the firm. Start as a junior analyst, learn real trading. My phone vibrated, phase 1 complete. Asian markets showing initial destabilization. Thanks, but I'm good, I replied, noting how the other young bankers were gathered around, ready to join the mockery. My internet stuff keeps me busy. Right, your mysterious algorithm, Jake laughed. The one that's supposedly smarter than entire trading floors. Dad's financial advisor, Mr. Peterson, was at the podium now, talking about traditional investment wisdom. My screen showed phase 2 beginning in European markets. Speaking of trading floors, my cousin Amanda chimed in, remember when you turned down that Goldman internship to work on your code? Dad still tells that story at parties. How much did you lose in the crypto crash? Someone else called out. I checked the time, 2:58 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. The algorithm had identified the cascade point. Actually, I said quietly, I never invested in crypto. Too volatile, too traceable. I prefer traditional banking. Suddenly, everyone's phones started buzzing simultaneously. The room filled with alert sounds and gasps. What the? Jake stared at his screen. The market's going crazy. Every major index is. Mr. Peterson rushed off the podium, phone to his ear. The whispers turned to shouts as more phones lit up with alerts. The S&P is in freefall. Asian markets have completely collapsed. European trading is suspended. Dad's face went pale as Mr. Peterson rushed back in, sweat beading on his forehead. Sir, he gasped, your accounts, all the family accounts, they're empty. Every transaction shows as perfectly legal, but the money's gone. Jake's phone crashed to the floor. My portfolio, it's zeroed out. But how? Funny how digital currency works, I said, standing up as my screen showed phase 3 completing. 1 minute it's all internet money schemes, and the next. The room erupted into chaos as more phones buzzed with devastating notifications. Years of mocking internet money had left them blind to how vulnerable their real money had become. This is impossible, Uncle Robert stammered, frantically calling his bank. All transactions require multiple authorizations. Unless, I said, pulling up my interface, someone found a way to make the system authorize itself. Banks still use code from the 1980s, you know. So many lovely backdoors. Mr. Peterson was shouting into his phone now. What do you mean it's all legal? Billions don't just disappear into. Where did it all go? Somewhere even Morgan Stanley's best analysts won't find it, I replied, watching the global financial chaos unfold on my screen. Amazing what a good algorithm can do. Jake grabbed my arm. What did you do? I shook him off calmly. Remember last Christmas when you said my coding was just playing around on computers? Well, while you were following your traditional trading strategies, I was learning how the entire financial system actually works. The big screen behind the podium, meant for Dad's retirement slideshow, now showed breaking news, unprecedented global market collapse, major banks reporting massive unauthorized transfers. But this will ruin everyone, Amanda whispered. The whole family. Don't worry about the family, I said, checking another notification. Your accounts aren't gone. They're just redistributed. Check your balances in about an hour. Dad pushed through the crowd, his retirement speech cards scattered on the floor. What have you done? Created a little balance, I smiled. Though I have to thank you all really. Years of dismissing my work meant nobody bothered to look closely at what I was actually building. My phone buzzed one final time. Phase 3 complete. System rebalancing initiated. Now, I said, gathering my things as federal agents began rushing into the building, I suggest everyone check their new account balances. And perhaps reconsider their views on internet money schemes. The country club's emergency generators kicked in as power grids started failing across the city. Financial chaos had quickly spiraled into infrastructure collapse. Another vulnerability my algorithm had predicted. "Please remain calm," the club manager announced. "We're experiencing some technical difficulties." "Technical difficulties?" Jake laughed hysterically, staring at his phone. "Every penny I've earned at Morgan Stanley just vanished." I pulled up my private dashboard, displaying it on my tablet for the family to see. Complex graphs and data flows showed the global financial system being rewired in real time. "See these patterns?" I pointed to a particularly elegant data cascade. Traditional banking relies on trust in antiquated systems. But money isn't really there, it's just numbers and databases. Change the rules of those databases. "Stop talking like a programmer," Uncle Robert shouted. "Where's our money?" "Check your new accounts," I said, typing in a command. "The ones that just appeared in your banking apps." Around the room, phones buzzed with new notifications. Gasps and confused exclamations followed. This is more than I had before," Amanda whispered, staring at her screen. "That's impossible," Jake leaned over her shoulder. "These are numbered accounts in, where is this bank?" "Somewhere beyond traditional banking regulations," I explained. "But don't worry, unlike your previous wealth, this money is actually secure. Protected by quantum encryption instead of obsolete passwords." Mr. Peterson was frantically calling other clients. "It's not just us, every major account in the system has been redistributed." "Redistributed is a good word," I nodded. "Though I prefer optimized." The algorithm simply balanced things out. Removed some inefficiencies in the system. Dad sank into a chair, his retirement party banner hanging limply behind him. "All those years at the bank taught me everything I needed to know," I finished. "Every flaw, every backdoor, every assumption about how money works. Thank you for bringing your work home all those years." My phone lit up with a new message: "Global financial rebalancing 89% complete. New system protocols engaging." "But the authorities?" Uncle Robert sputtered, watching FBI agents interviewing panicked bankers in the hallway. "They'll trace this, they'll reverse it." "Trace what?" I smiled, showing him my screen. "Every transaction is perfectly legal, executed through your own bank systems. The algorithm simply reinterpreted the rules you all created." The large TV screens around the ballroom were now showing global chaos. Stock exchanges suspended, banks locked down, financial experts struggling to explain what was happening. "Look at your portfolios again," I suggested. "Notice anything interesting about the new numbers?" They all pulled out their phones, eyes widening. "These figures," Jake muttered. "They're exactly proportional to what each person actually contributed to the economy," I finished. "Not what they inherited, not what they skimmed from markets, but what value they genuinely created. Fascinating results, aren't they?" Amanda's hands shook as she scrolled through her new account. "My pro bono legal work? It's worth more than my corporate cases?" "The algorithm values social impact over market manipulation," I explained. "Surprising how that changes things, isn't it?" Mr. Peterson burst back in, waving his tablet. "The whole banking system is being rewritten. Some kind of new protocol is taking over. Quantum-secured blockchain," I nodded. "Unhackable, untraceable, and completely fair. No more hidden fees, no more market manipulation, no more wealth without value." Dad finally found his voice. How long have you been planning this?" "Remember when you first mocked my coding?" I asked, watching the completion percentage tick up. "That's when I started studying banking infrastructure. Every holiday dinner where you belittled internet money gave me more motivation. Every family gathering where you praised traditional finance showed me exactly what needed to change." My phone buzzed again. "New system lockdown complete. Original banking protocols permanently overwritten." "Don't worry," I said, standing up as more federal agents entered the ballroom. "Everyone got exactly what they deserved. Some just deserved more than they had, and others, well." 1 month later, I sat in my quantum-secured office, watching the world adapt to its new financial reality. The initial chaos had settled into a strange new order, one where traditional banking power meant nothing, and real value ruled everything. The wall of screens showed various news headlines. "Global economy stabilizes under new quantum protocol." "Traditional banking industry obsolete as AI system maintains perfect balance." "Wealth redistribution algorithm praised as most ethical financial system in history." My assistant's voice came through. Your family is here for the meeting they requested. Send them in, I said, turning my chair to face the door. They entered cautiously, Dad, Uncle Robert, Jake, Amanda, and Mr. Peterson. All wearing off-the-rack clothes now, their designer wardrobes casualties of the new value system. The algorithm has been fair, Amanda admitted, clutching her tablet showing her new wealth from public interest law. My homeless shelter project received more funding than my entire previous corporate law career. That's how real value works, I replied, pulling up the global metrics. The system rewards actual contribution to society, not financial manipulation. Jake stepped forward, his Morgan Stanley pin notably absent. We've been analyzing the new protocols. They're incredible. Unhackable, self-balancing, perfectly ethical. How did you create what every financial system should have been? I finished. By thinking beyond profit. The algorithm doesn't care about market speculation or inherited wealth. It cares about real impact. The Federal Reserve wants to negotiate, Dad said quietly. They're calling it the future of currency. There's nothing to negotiate, I replied, showing them my master dashboard. The system is autonomous now. No human can corrupt it, manipulate it, or control it. Not even me. Uncle Robert watched the numbers flowing across my screens. All our years of financial experience were based on an artificial system designed to benefit a few, I completed. This system benefits everyone who actually contributes. Simple, really? My phone buzzed with another update, Global Wealth Disparity Index reaching optimal levels. Social contribution metrics at historic highs.